All right, and as we check out our forecast on this Thanksgiving evening, we're looking for a cold start to Friday morning and then some rain returning Sunday into Monday. So some changes ahead, not the hugest changes, but these are things that we're going to be looking for some impacts from over the next couple of days. So the big bullet points: Friday morning, patchy frost north of the lake, needed rain then returns Sunday and Monday. It looks like maybe two separate rounds of rain, one potentially early Sunday and another one late Monday. How much rain? Well, the one on Monday we're still several days out from at this point, but it looks like together we might get 1 to 2 inches of rain. We'll watch that Monday system in particular to see if that could bring us a bit more rain, and then be ready for a cold rain actually, because on Sunday that front is going to bring our temperatures down. Right now we're looking at temperatures at 60, a beautiful day on Thanksgiving. I hope you enjoyed it. It had a chilly holiday feel for sure. Temperatures right now in a lot of spots actually in the 50s to about 60. And as we check out our winds, they're mainly from the north and northwest, up to about 5 or 10 miles per hour, with the exception of the lakefront at 14 miles per hour. Here's the rest of your Thanksgiving evening forecast, just looking pleasant in the 50s, getting chilly, of course, past sunset. And as we get past midnight, our temperatures south of the lake come down to about 50. But if you're on the North Shore, you will be in the 40s at that point, and we are expecting 30s eventually by early tomorrow morning, just before sunrise. That's the normal time, of course, that we hit our overnight lows. South of the lake, lows about 44. If you're on the North Shore, we're talking about 35 or 36. That is definitely in the frost range. So 37 and below to about 32, that's where you can get frost. And then, of course, at 32 and below, that's a light freeze. So right now we're looking at probably frost conditions for some spots on the North Shore. If you want to be really careful, you can protect plants that may be sensitive to frost tonight. I'm not sure how widespread it will be, because our winds will be about 5 to 10 miles per hour. That's not too much, but even a little movement can kind of help from frost settling everywhere. So just a heads up. Frost possible on the North Shore tonight. If you're south of the lake, don't have to worry about frost or freeze. Just make sure your pets on both sides of the lake are safe and warm, and maybe check on people nearby to make sure they're okay and safe and warm. Tomorrow, beautiful sunshine, highs about 61. It is a gorgeous day following our Thanksgiving. Our temperatures rising gently through the afternoon to about 60. So that means we're spending most of the day in the 50s, and then we're back in the lower 50s for the evening. Saturday looks a little warmer. We may touch 70 on Saturday, but here we go. Sunday, a chance for some of those showers, especially early in the day with that cold front. And then on Monday, another disturbance will be sliding through, and that one brings us, it looks like, a higher chance of rain. Models have most of the rain out of here by Tuesday, and then just kind of cool and pleasant weather for the middle of the upcoming week. But this is a big deal for us. We've had drought or abnormally dry conditions for a long time. So to see our outlook for the next 7 days include even blues to purples, which is about 1 to 2 inches of rain, we'll take it. That'll help with the drought. And it looks like, especially on Sunday, that'll just be some needed rain. And then we'll keep our eye on that Monday system. I think even that we should be able to handle, but we'll need to watch it just in case of some flooding concerns late Monday. Now, that is not set in stone, but just wanted to give you a little heads up. If we do see a couple of rounds of rain by then, we would need to watch maybe for some street flooding. But really, with our 7-day outlook the way it is, it's more so southwest Louisiana that will pick up the higher totals with this next system, or kind of two systems really, Sunday and Monday. So here we go. I'm starting at Saturday. We're dry Saturday, maybe seeing some clouds increase. That's about it. Then here's Sunday, the first front moving through. I've paused it here at 9 a.m. So exact timing could change a bit, but it looks like morning showers, maybe a storm or two. Sunday afternoon, we're looking quieter, rain tapers off. And then early on Monday, we're fine as well. This is by noon. Notice this next surge of moisture getting close to us with some upper support here, and maybe a low pressure system center off to our north. So this would be something that brings rain, maybe pretty widespread across South Louisiana Monday during the day, possibly reaching southeast Louisiana by maybe late afternoon or evening. So if you are getting back to work or school on Monday, it would be second part of the day into the evening and maybe even night that we start to see these showers and maybe a storm or two. And then by early Tuesday, the rain is mostly out of here. So we'll keep our eye on these systems for severe potential. Right now, we're not outlined for any sort of special severe outlook. And we'll also watch for that rain. But again, 1 to 2 inches with very dry conditions that we've had lately. We would not only be able to handle that, but it would actually be a good thing for our area to help us with those dry kind of conditions. Sunday, temperatures around 69, but staying kind of cool. And one thing that I was mentioning at the beginning of the forecast is this is a chilly rain. To me, I always kind of pretend I'm off in somewhere like Europe or Ireland or something when you get like a light rain and it's chilly. We really don't have that many days like this in South Louisiana and coastal Mississippi, so it'll be a different kind of feel. You might want a couple layers plus a raincoat or something if you're out in the second part of the day on Monday. Just a heads up there. And then by Tuesday, we're drying out. Now, it looks like some cooler air will settle in at the middle of next week. So Wednesday, this is several days out, so this could change a little bit. But temperatures right now north of the lake are looking similar to what we will see tonight and early tomorrow. So that means some frost possible on the North Shore Wednesday morning. South of the lake, it looks like we'll be back in the 40s without a frost or freeze potential. Wednesday afternoon, about 60, and then models are hinting at yet another rain system may be sweeping through pretty fast. So this kind of setup in the upper atmosphere tends to bring us in these quick systems, and this is what we're going to be seeing in the next 7 days. So stay up with the forecast for exact timing and other rain detail changes, because we'll be able to probably nail it down a little better as we get into the next day or so. And by Thursday, a 40% rain chance. We'll see about Friday as well for maybe some continued rain. Could be a good thing for the drought, but again, we'll always watch for the potential for some street flooding. In the meantime, hope you enjoy a cold night on your Thanksgiving night. Hope you enjoy a day off tomorrow if you do have it with some really pretty weather, and have a good weekend too.